For too long, the only thing that I was confident about was that I would never be able to be confident being myself. Wouldn't it be nice if we could stop feeling perpetually less than? Confident in who we are, rooted in ourselves and unfettered by the words, norms, and expectations of others? Well, in short, it is possible, and it takes a lot of very specific work. Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Wackett. Thanks for joining me for another video as we work to empower and equip you with the confidence and skills to write your own story so that you can live your life on purpose. Today I want to talk about confidence, what it is, why we struggle to cultivate it, and how we can reframe our relationship with it. I've been on a quest for confidence for over 20 years and feel like I am just starting to figure out what the steps to actually feeling it versus pretending I do to get through a moment or point in time look like. Does anyone remember the Demi Lovato song Confident, which is crazy to think is almost 10 years old? One of my favorite lines was, "I used to hold my freak back, now I'm letting go. I make my own choice, bleep. I run this show." Those words resonate with me so deeply, even more as I age. I used to dream of being unapologetically myself, celebrated for who I am while living in a reality where I had to hide, pretend, and perform. I feared that if people truly knew me, they'd reject me. This fear stemmed from feeling as though I was different as a child and perceived that I was maybe disliked or avoided by others. My mind internalized this, convincing myself that to fit in and be liked, I needed to master the art of blending in. So I started to play the role. But over time, I realized that living like this was isolating, destructive, and ultimately hopeless. It wasn't my only option. The idea of being my true self and still being loved was appealing, yet hard to believe. Is it possible? And if so, could I do it? In the song, Demi repeatedly sings, "What's wrong with being confident?" She asks it rhetorically and defiantly, but the question of why confidence feels wrong stuck with me. Building confidence isn't the hardest part. Feeling safe, deserving, and entitled to it is what's truly difficult. So I want to start by just defining what confidence is. I see confidence as the ability to live authentically, embracing your true self and letting it shine in everything you do. It's about redefining success based on your core values rather than societal pressures and outputs. Unfortunately, many of us measure success through external validation, likes on Instagram, event attendance, or metrics showing how we compare to other people. It's everywhere. It's even a question asked on some speaker proposals. Number of social media followers or number of people on your email list is literally a question on many proposals. And when I see that, I just think, seriously? Talk about reinforcement of external validation. What difference does it make if there are 700 or 700,000 followers on my page? Does that make what I say or what someone else says any more or less valid? Donald Trump has 87.4 million X followers at the time that I'm recording this, and I know for damn sure that I have way better things to say than he does, even if only 5 people followed me. In reality, I wish I could say that those questions don't get to me, and I'm not perfect. I get in my head about it just the same as you do. And here's the difficult reality. Gaining more followers will make me feel better. My brain is wired for that reaction. Our brains see likes, comments, and follows and release chemicals that make us feel excited. And that excitement is short-lived. In reality, I'm never more confident in myself or in the work I'm doing than when I allow myself to tune out the noise and focus on what drives me and fills my cup. The most confident version of me is the one who trusts in what I know and who I am, rather than get stuck worrying about what I should say or what others think of me. Because ultimately, I can't control that. I know I'm good at what I do, and if I don't share that part of myself with them, they won't get the help they deserve, and I'll feel unfulfilled and ultimately burn out. By sharing myself, I'll definitely flail, fail, and miss the mark, and I'll be able to show up for the people I am right for and stand true in my power. Instead of seeking external validation, let's turn inward and define success based on our own strengths, values, and ideals. This allows us to align with our core selves, embrace confidence, and bring our authentic selves to life every day. All right, so now I've got your buy-in that we need to rework this, but there are a few things that are going to get in the way. Shame, negative self-talk, and negative core beliefs about the world and our place and value in it. From the time that we're born, the odds are forever not in our favor when it comes to confidence, self-esteem, and self-love. Standards imposed on us about beauty, performance, life status, and goals, and all of the supposed tos and shoulds that are placed on us can lead to root rot before we even begin to grow into ourselves. It can make the possibilities seem hopeless, and for many of us, we fall into what you've all heard me refer to, the predictably crappy lifestyle. Wearing a mask, chasing the day when we'll feel like we've made it, never to realize that we're running in circles, chasing arbitrary perfection in a world full of ever-changing ideals and a no-win game. Kind of like in Vegas with this idea, the house always wins. In this case, your shame, your core beliefs, they're all going to win. If you keep playing the game to try to fit in, that's you playing for the house to win. How do I know? When my confidence wavers, I tend to dwell on negative thoughts, worrying about how others perceive me and interpreting every situation through a lens of feeling less than, at fault, or unworthy. This anxiety drowns out my voice, preventing me from sharing my true self for fear of rejection and judgment. The hardest part of overcoming this is the fear that being my authentic self might exclude me from the groups, teams, or organizations that I want to belong to. This fear is rooted in shame, which thrives on our need for connection and makes us doubt our belonging when we deviate from social norms, whether real or imagined. The challenge lies in trusting that by being your authentic self, you'll still find meaningful connections. Now, it's a difficult journey, and it's worth pursuing. Now, as I'm saying this, I know that some of you are going, but why is it still important to cultivate confidence? Why do we need that? We often live under the influence of confirmation bias, shaping our actions based on preconceived beliefs. For instance, if we believe that you'll never get into medical school or secure a promotion, you're going to act in a way that reinforces those assumptions and leads to basically you fulfilling those outcomes. When we're confident, we feel capable of overcoming obstacles and view success as inevitable rather than improbable. We're willing to take risks and are driven to pursue our goals. However, when confidence wanes or is shaken by external factors, we retreat and hide behind barriers that seem to protect us from threats, failure, and rejection. The root of the issue lies in how we perceive success. Society ties success to outward appearances, job titles, and busy schedules, suggesting we can't be successful unless others validate it. This notion influences our perceptions of fear and failure, linking them to others' opinions and judgments. The problem isn't that confidence is tied to success, but that we don't believe we deserve to feel confident unless others validate it. Claiming confidence without external support is often dismissed, but the solution lies in internalizing confidence as an individual experience. We need to shift our perspective from, can I be confident, to, I have the right to be confident in who I am. Now, many of you are thinking, what do I do? So let's talk about how we get there. First, you need to identify your core values. Assess what drives and motivates you at your core. Compare these values with your current path and make sure they align. 2, accept that pleasing everyone is impossible. Not everyone's going to like you, and that's okay. Instead of trying to please everyone, focus on what makes you happy and honor your own values and needs. 3rd, know that you're enough. Society often equates worth with busyness, but you're inherently valuable regardless of your accomplishments. You don't need external validation to be worthy. 4, celebrate more than accomplishments. Celebrate people for who they are, not just their achievements. Understand that being enough doesn't mean being the best. 5, stop saying fine. Avoid using fine as a mask. It prevents deeper connections and perpetuates the idea that we need to appear perfect. Instead, be honest about how you're really feeling, with yourselves and with others. Cultivating confidence is a continuous process. Confidence fluctuates, and that's normal. By focusing on your values and being open about your challenges and your feelings, you can avoid being overwhelmed by shame and instead embrace self-compassion. Over time, this will help you find clarity and direction in your life. All right, so as we wrap for today, I want each of you to just pick one point that you're going to carry with you. Either a question or a reflection, a goal, or a next step. What's resonating with you when you think about confidence? How confidence and shifting the anchor point could affect your life? What it would look like for you to begin to make that shift? And what fears come up for you as you think about it? Now, of course, if you haven't done this already, make sure that you head to the show notes and click the link to get on my email list so you can get exclusive content sent to your inbox every week just like this to really support you on your shame, resilience, and radical living journey. If you like what you heard, I would absolutely love for that thumbs up and a subscribe. And of course, please share this video with anyone else that you think could benefit from hearing it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Remember, you have the right to author your own story. So let's go get that pen back. I'll see you next time.